Greetings, fellow cooks. Marcelino Berne, your host from Dr. Flavor. Today we're making something that brings me very happy memories of my youth. We basically are going to make my mother's Cuban chicken potato salad. Now, we go back to when I was 9 years old in the summer of 1966 in Cuba. My family finally got word that our exit visas from Cuba were approved and passed. And my father decided that since my sister was going to turn 15 in August, then we were going to have a party, a big party. So, and that way my father could go through some of the money, because I don't know if you knew, but when you leave Cuba, you take nothing but what you're wearing. So my father was a doctor in Cuba. He basically had some money and property, house, car, a lot of things, and they all stayed with the government. So my father decided to take some cash that nobody would notice and throw a party for my sister, a quinceañera. And I remember helping my mother with a chicken potato salad. And it was not just a regular chicken potato salad, it was her chicken potato salad. Big, big event. The guys that actually helped her, I remember, used a bathtub to mix it all in. So it was just grand, and I got to see it, and I helped out a little bit, as much as a 9-year-old could do that. Anyway, so here it is. But wait, before we get to the ingredients, I gotta tell you something. I did a little research online and found out about the other salads, chicken potato salads. There were a few things that were in common, but there were so many varieties, it was crazy. So, you know, I just remembered my mother's salad. It was winter. And so that's what we're going to go through. Let's go ingredients. First of all, we see carrots that are shaved and diced. We have sweet onions. Remember, sweet onions very important. We have chopped celery. We have about a dozen of potatoes. I love Yucon Gold. That's what I normally go with. I have some apples, have to be crispy, has to be sweet. So I'm using Envy apples. And I have that lemon over here on the side because I squeezed half a lemon into it. It just basically bathe in the acid juices. And we have about 4 chicken breasts sliced in half and marinated with olive oil and sazon completo, kept in the oven in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Have local variety mayo. Of course, when my mother made it in Cuba, she made it from scratch because we didn't have mayo in the grocery store. We didn't have much of a grocery store. We have roasted red peppers, I'm sorry, and we have some sweet peas. So the chicken breasts, and I'll tell you, this is one of the few times that I use chicken breasts. Most of the time I use chicken thighs because it definitely has more flavor, but this is one I use for my mother's potato salad. So right now I'm going to go ahead, I have the oven at 375 degrees, and I'm going to cook these guys for about 20 minutes once it reaches temperature. And in the meantime, I have the potatoes boiling. Okay, so this has been cooking for about 40 minutes. And we're going to check some of the potatoes out. And they're done. So we're going to let it cool off now, and we're waiting for the chicken to be done. Okay, so we let the potatoes cool off a little bit and diced them up. We have the chicken breasts diced up. Again, you want to let the meat rest a little bit, because once you start cutting it and it's still hot, you're going to force all the juices out of the meat. So you want to let it cool off first. Okay? So, and these are the apples. So we're going to dump that in. Everybody in the pool, as they say, everybody in the pool. So we're going to get the meat in there. All right. And I did some sweet peas. I cooked them up, and so on a microwave. This is better than the canned peas, because obviously the canned peas are too soft. They get too soft. So we're going to add that to the pot. Now, roasted red peppers, pimentos. I got a little bit of juice in there. Chopped them up a little bit. This is about a third of a cup in there. And now we're going to start with about maybe 2 ladles, maybe 3 ladles. You know, I'd say let's put 4 ladles of mayonnaise. And at that point, we're going to start stirring this up, mixing it all up. Yummy, yummy. I'm going to get my wooden ladle. Works a little bit better. And naturally, we're going to add a little bit of salt, because we only put the salt in the salt that was used in the sazon completo and the chicken only. So this is black pepper. All right. So let's mix all this up. And it's looking really good now. As you can see, the one common thing that all the recipes that I saw online was that they all had apples, eggs, potatoes, and chicken. So that's the one thing that was in common. Everything else was different. One had macaroni in there. Others had different juices, different concoctions, asparagus. I'm not sold on the asparagus thing. So, and I think at this point it's pretty well mixed up. You see the carrots, you see the peas, the potatoes, the chicken in there, the onions, the celery. Even the celery was something that's questionable in some recipes, not there at all, but some of them were, and my mother had it, so there. So that's, important. This needs to sit in the refrigerator for a while, before consumption. So make sure that we're consistent with that. Oh my God, I almost screwed up. I almost left out 5 boiled eggs, 5 hard-boiled eggs. So that is a must for this recipe. So let's not forget, we have to stir, mix in 5 boiled eggs. Okay, I'm glad we didn't let that get by us. All right, so now we have eggs added on last. We have the carrots, the apple that you can see in there, the peas, the chicken, the potatoes, all is in. So let's try it. It's fantastic. This is my mother's recipe. You're gonna love it. Please try it out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. You're going to be very pleased with the flavor, the texture, everything. It's absolutely fantastic. So once again, my friends, feel free to try these recipes. This is my mother's chicken potato salad, the Cuban chicken potato salad, and it's hers. And it comes from the heart. So once again, come back, visit us. This is Marcelino Berna, your Dr. Flavor, signing off.